Hi students, welcome to VerandaRace, and today's session, I guess I'm late by 3 minutes, not a problem, I'm sure. Today's session is all about discussing 30 questions, one entire PT set of SBI prelims and also IBPS clerk prelims. So I think you'll enjoy the session a lot. So let us start without much ado. Today's mixed question, day 26, and we have 30 questions, 30 questions based on the latest banking exam pattern. So the question starts with, at a time when the pandemic is wreaking havoc in our lives, there is an urgent need to approach the situation with a resilient will and determination. So you can see over here, wreaking havoc. This word has been wrongly used. The correct spelling would be WREAKING. Wreaking havoc means inflicting havoc. Inflicting means causing. Inflicting havoc. Havoc means what? Disaster. Havoc means extreme level of disaster based on some unnatural events. Fine, unnatural events. So, at the time when the pandemic is wreaking, WREAKING, it means inflicting or causing some pain or problem to someone. So, at a time when the pandemic is wreaking havoc in our lives, there is an urgent need to approach the situation with a resilient will and determination. The rest all are correct, only wreaking has a spelling is wrong. The ongoing development of a chain of nuclear reactors appears to have. Let us not read the entire sentence, we read just the words. Development, overruns, standardization, and expertise. The spelling of expertise is EXPERTISE. EXPERTISE, expertise. This is the correct spelling of it. So the expertise spelling is EXPERTISE, expertise. Okay. Next, now we'll go do the rearrangement of sentences. So, what's the correct rearrangement of this question? In humans, perception is that, see, some are conscious. This cannot be the first sentence. For instance cannot be the first sentence. But cannot be the first sentence. We perceive the world through sight, sound, smell, touch and taste. So either B is the first sentence or E is the first sentence. Please focus. Either B is the first sentence or E is the first sentence. So let us see. In humans, perception is directly by the sensory nervous system. And we first describe perception in B. And in E we say we perceive the world through sight, sound, smell, touch and taste. So before this sight, sound, smell, touch and taste, these senses, it has been described already that the sensory nervous system. So B will come before E. So B is the first sentence, E will come after this. Now let us check. In humans, perception is directly directed by the sensory nervous system. We perceive the world through sight, sound, smell, touch and taste. But we also have other ways of sensing stimuli. So D would be the third sentence. D would be the third sentence. D, B, E, D. Now, other ways of sensing stimuli, some are conscious but many are non-conscious. So it would be B, E, D, A, and last would be C. Last would be C. B, E, D, A, C would be the correct answer. Clear? Very simple question actually. So B says about perception directed by the sensory nervous system. E talks about the perceptions like how do we perceive sight, sound, smell, touch and taste. And D says, but we also have another way of sensing stimuli for in human. Then some are conscious ways of sensing stimuli, some are non-conscious ways of sensing stimuli. B, D and C will automatically become the last sentence. Okay. Now error spotting questions. Two-factor authentication is a security failure that help. It's written that help, so it should be that helps because the security feature is a singular entity, so it comes before that. So it will be helps, not help. Okay. Two-factor authentication is a security feature that helps. Okay. The requirement for making an open offers, it should be offer, not offers, because it's right. An open offer for additional 26% to minority shareholders of the company will cost an additional 26,700 crores. Okay. 3/4 of India's population depends of cereals from states that overexploit groundwater by finds the study. Okay. 3/4 is of India's population is something which is a plural entity, so it should be depend, not depends. 3/4 of, for example, 100 crore, 3/4 of 100 crore is 75 crores. So 3/4 of India's population depend on cereals. That is the correct answer because 3/4 is a plural entity. Clear? It's not a singular entity. Once the world's biggest smartphone maker, Huawei now is ranked 6th globally with a 4% market share in the first quarter. Once the okay, very simple. This is should be was. No, this is fine. This is fine. Once the world's biggest smartphone maker, Huawei is ranked 6th globally with a 4% market share in the first quarter. I think nowhere is the answer. Nowhere is the correct answer actually. It was not immediately clear if it will be launching new smartphones at the same time if there will be updates for existing phones or how fast the rollout might occur. That will be the correct answer. Might occur. Might is a helping is a modal auxiliary, so with it we will use occur. OCCUR. Clear? Next, fillers. A CT scan or computed tomography scan is an imaging technique that used in medicine that can obtain dash images of the body using X-rays. Dash images means obviously it is CT scan will be able to obtain what kind of images? Detailed image will be the finest answer. Detailed images of the body using X-rays. Figured means already shaped. Explained means explained images does not mean anything. Parted images means dissected or broken apart. Torn means again the same thing as parted. So detailed will be the correct answer. Detailed images of the body. So CT scan is used for detailed images of the body using X-rays. So that will be the correct answer. Okay, next question. Supernova refers to the dash of a massive star towards the end of its life. So when the star ends its life, it explodes, right? So it will be explosion of a massive star towards the end of a life. Leakage means, you know the meaning of leakage. Creation, joining, shining, all are absurd options. Some companies are planning to dash space aircraft to pick up space junk. See, it will be leverage. Leverage will be the correct answer. Leverage means what? Leverage means to support or corroborate or help something else with the help of something else. So if I leverage my shareholding, I will boost some extra money into that. That is called leveraging. Okay. So leverage spacecraft will be the correct answer. Strategize. Spacecraft cannot be strategized. Okay. Crash the spacecraft is absurd. Avoid merge is absurd. Leverage will be the correct answer. Clear? GMRT is one of the largest radio telescopes in the world and has been dashed since 1996 and been operating. Simple. With has been we use the ing form. So operating is, other options are also ing, but operating is the correct form. So GMRT is one of the largest radio stations in the world which has been operating since 1996. Repairing is in passive voice would have been correct, but not in the active voice. Visualizing is incorrect. Damaging, entered. These are incorrect options. Entered cannot be because we have to write the correct form of verb. So operating will be the correct answer. Clear? The growing demand for e-commerce services across the country as people continue to remain indoors to fight the virus. The growing demand for e-commerce services across the country as people continue to remain indoors to fight the virus has dashed a ramp up of a supply chain creating thousands of employment opportunities. Has necessitated will be the correct answer. Necessitated means made it necessary. So the new virus has made it necessary that a ramp up of the supply chain is improved. Ramp up means what? Improvement is required. A ramp up of the supply chain is done. So necessitate means making it necessary. Making it necessary. Okay. So this corona thing has, this virus has ramped up, caused the ramped up, necessitated the ramp up of the supply chain, creating thousands of employment opportunities. Okay. Now interchange of words. If the user sets up two-factor authentication, they will receive a notification. So A is fixed, no problem in A. Okay, we have to arrange the words. Okay, let me see what we have to do. So A will be fixed, I guess. So if A is fixed, this will be the answer. I'm sure. Let us check. If the user sets up two-factor authentication, they will receive a notification or be asked to enter a special login code when someone tries to recognize into their account, log into their account. So A, B, A, D, C, B would be the correct answer because A will be fixed, D comes in the place of B, C is fixed, and B will go in the place of D. So this is the correct answer. My next question. A way out could be for the BPCL to start a part of its firm, sell a shareholding. A way out could be for BPCL to sell a shareholding of its firms. No, part is fixed actually. Sell a part of its shareholding in the two firms and share promoter. So A is fixed. So you see there are two options which have A fixed. These two options have A fixed. Okay. AC BD will be the answer. I'll tell you why. C will go to B's place, shareholding. So you sell a part of your shareholding, right? So a way out could be for BPCL to sell a part of its shareholdings in the two firms and shed promoter status thereby. So ACBD will be the correct answer. Clear? The trade inefficient states in between its use of groundwater when seen from a national perspective. The trade between stress is okay. B will go to A. Sentence will start from B. BDSC, I'll tell you how. The trade in states is just give me 1 second. If we choose BDSC as the answer, B will come in place of A. The trade in states is inefficient between BDAC, C as the last. National perspective from us. See, D is fixed. So we have fixed D in this, we have fixed D in this. Last, from a national perspective. So CBAD or CABD? Let's check. The trade between states is in its use of, so B is also fixed, I guess. This will be the answer. CBAD. Let's check CBAD. The trade between states is in between its use of groundwater from a national is inefficient. Okay, let me check. CBAD. The trade between states is in D is also fixed. CBAD is in. Okay, we will come back to this question. Wait. One reason for groundwater depletion. So C will come in place of A. C is fixed over here. C will go in place of A. Okay. One reason for groundwater depletion is the move by many farmers to also grow crops in the rainy season. So B is also fixed. This will be the answer. CBAD. Let's check. CBAD. C here it will be depletion. Is the move by many farmers to also grow crops in the rainy season so that they don't CBAD. So here it will come unreliable rainfall. unreliable rainfall in the dry season. So this is the correct answer. Okay, CBA. Okay, connectors. We'll solve this, but okay, fine. Humans had mastered the use of fire for cooking food, and a long time ago, humans had effectively managed their habitat using fire. See, not only but also and are similar, even though it shows contradiction. So 100% even though we won't be there. So A and B are bound to happen. Let me check. Not only had human mastered the use of fire cooking food for a long time ago, but also they had effectively managed their habitat using fire, and humans had mastered the use of fire for cooking long time ago and had effectively managed their habitat using fire. So these are both complementary sentences. They complement each other, right? These two sentences complement each other. So this will be not only and also. So it will be A and B. This is the correct answer. Leadership is even though is a contradictory connector, it adds to contradictions basically. So here is not a contradiction, it's just a value addition. Okay. Leadership is essentially about seeing the bigger picture. Leadership is about having unwavering faith in people. Simply and would be there, so only B is the answer, because I'll tell you why. Leadership is essentially about seeing a bigger picture and having unwavering faith in the people who make up your ecosystem. Only and will be there. Fine. Now the reading comprehension. Let's read the questions first and then solve the passage. Okay, before this we'll go to the question, the interchange of words question, and solve it. Okay. The trade dash states is in dash. See, this D is fixed, 100%. D is fixed, so we have our two options, CABD, CBAD. Let's check CABD. The trade between states is in CA is inefficient in okay, got it. The trade between states is inefficient in its use of groundwater when seen from a nationalist perspective. Very good question. This in is creating confusion for us. In and inefficient. Okay. I'll write the final sentence. Wait. The trade in states, the trade between states is inefficient in its use from national perspective. So between states is inefficient in its use of groundwater when seen from national perspective. So it's done. So CABD will be the correct answer. CABD. Okay. Moving ahead to the next part of reading comprehension, we'll solve the question now. We'll read the questions first. Okay. Why women's participation is needed in peace and security efforts? Why is women's participation needed in peace and security efforts? Okay, let's go to the question first. Read the question first. Next question. What indicates the need to increase women's position in peace building? Okay. Synonym of harnessed. See, harness means utilization. So harness will be utilized. This is synonym of harness, utilization. regarded, deprecated. Deprecation means making something impure. Deteriorated means getting lower in value, and utilized means harnessed. Okay, we have solved one question. Next word would be, which of the following is not one of the purposes of the Generation of Equality Forum? Okay, we'll solve this question. Reconcile antonym. Reconcile means to establish relationship between two people. So it will be, I think, antonym is like alienate, or alienate would be the I think the answer A. It will be alienate. The answer will be alienate. Alienate means to make aliens, or make to increase the distance between two people, right? Harmonize means to establish a relationship, which is the synonym of the word we are asked antonym. Okay. Which of the following is not true? You are make peace agreements. Okay. So let's read the passage, students. Let's read the passage. We'll understand the entire passage one by one. The Generation Equality Forum, which kicked off in Mexico City and will culminate in Paris in June, is a unique opportunity to dismantle discriminatory barriers that prevent women's equal participation in peace. Okay. Let us read the question first once again. Why women's participation is needed in peace and security efforts? Okay, first question. Let's read the answer and find the first answer to the first question. Okay, the generation. Why is women's participation required in every decision making? Okay, so Generation Equality Forum, which kicked off in Mexico City and will celebrate in Paris in June, is a unique opportunity to dismantle discriminatory barriers that prevent women's equal participation in peace, security, and humanitarian efforts. Okay. It is also a strategic movement to draw global attention to the continuing need to promote and protect women's human rights, celebrate the work of women peace builders and women rights defenders, and promote women's leadership in all peace and humanitarian decision-making processes. Evidence around the world shows that ensuring women's participation in peace and security efforts is not only a matter of women's rights but contributes to making peace more durable and sustainable. This is the answer, I think. Let's check the answers. Question number 1. Yeah, this is the answer. Very easy question. It makes peace more durable and sustainable. Fine. Now next question. What indicates the need to increase women's position in the peace building? Very easy. There is lesser participation of women in the peace process. This is the answer. Lesser participation of women in the peace process. Third question. Which of the following is not one of the purposes of Generation Equality Forum? Let us check. Let us go to Generation Equality Forum. The Generation Equality Forum, which kicked off in Mexico City, will culminate in Paris in June in a unique opportunity to dismantle discriminatory barriers that prevent women's equal participation in peace, security, and humanitarian efforts. It is also a strategic moment to draw global attention to the continuing need of promote and protect women's equal rights, celebrate the work of women peace builders and women rights defenders, and promote women's leadership in all peace humanitarian decision making. So we have understood these are all the functions of the Generation Equality Forum. Evidence around the world shows that ensuring participation in peace and security efforts is not only a matter of women's rights but contributes to making peace more durable and sustainable. Okay, wait. Okay. Which of the following is not one of the purposes of Generation Equality Forum? So this is the promote and protect human rights is not the function of the Generation Equality Forum. It talks about the women empowerment and women equality. It is not about human rights. Okay, that's an easy question. According to the passage, which of the following is not true? Okay, not true. We'll read the question. Wait. Question number 7. So, what is not true according to the passage, and which among the following cannot make peace agreements more durable? Which cannot make peace agreements more durable? Let us read the next part of the passage. For instance, reports suggest that when women participate in peace processes, the resulting agreement is more durable and better implemented, and the participation of civil society groups, including women's organizations, makes a peace agreement 64% less likely to fail. Okay, it means that women's participation increases the success of the peace process. Though the participation of women in formal peace process has been inching up, numbers show that few of them participate in leadership roles such as negotiators, guarantors, or witnesses. Okay, few means none of them. I think we have got to answer to one question. Wait, let me check. So, participation of women in formal peace process has been inching up. The numbers show that few of them participate in leadership roles. Let us check. Many women participate in leadership roles. This is incorrect because very few or means none have participated in leadership roles. So we are left with only one question, which is, which one of the following cannot make peace agreements more durable? That's we can answer on our own. Women's presence makes the peace process more durable. So we can say that. Let me check the next question. Okay. Important social issues in negotiation will make peace cannot make peace process more durable because introducing political and legal reforms, social and economic recovery priorities, transitional justice concern, and all of the above. So only this option is incorrect because important social issues in negotiation cannot make the peace process more durable. Let us check. Go back and check. Okay. So, okay. For instance, reports suggest that when women participate in peace processes, the resulting agreement is more durable and better implemented, and participation of civil society groups, including women's organizations, makes a peace agreement 64% less likely to fail. Though the participation of women in formal peace process has been inching up, the numbers show that few of them participated in leadership roles such as negotiators, guarantors, or witnesses. For example, 7 out of every 10 processes did not include women mediators or women signatories. This is a clear indication that a lot more needs to be done to increase women's participation in peace building. So this is we have not received the answer till now. Let's move to the next part. Peace building often requires a collaborative approach wherein one must work with diverse groups involved in the conflict. Women are socialized to exhibit collaborative relations with witness skills which should be harnessed for public peacemaking. Okay. We are talking about negotiation, right? Negotiation will, women to the peace building table helps credibility and increases confidence in the negotiation, thus accelerating the peace process. Conflict resolution process need to go beyond military action. That's fine. Understand the distinct needs, priorities, and capacity of women. Introducing political and legal reforms, social, economic recovery, and transitional justice. Okay, all these are the answers. See, all these are the answers. All these are the answers. All these are the answers. Introducing political and legal reforms, social economic priorities, and transitional justice concerns. We are not talking about the negotiation, social issues in negotiation. Women are more likely to raise these important issues, social issues in negotiation. All these have been mentioned. So if we see the question, last question, legal thing has been mentioned over there. Introducing political and legal reforms, social economic recovery priorities, transitional justice concern, but important social issues in negotiation cannot make the peace agreements more durable. Basically, women need to raise them actually. Fine. So I think students will end the session now. Thank you so much for joining. Thanks a lot.